Primetime local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
The Lloydminster Youth Council will now be getting some financial support from the municipal government as City Council approved a partnership agreement this week. In the 3-year deal, the city commits to provide the Youth Council with $7,500 in annual funding, $3,000 of in-kind access to city facilities, and 120 hours of administrative support. This new formal relationship with the city is expected to provide a stable funding source to the Youth Council to support youth mentorship and volunteerism.
Helping them to hopefully become better leaders, to help move things forward in our city, that the youth, because they are the next generation that will be taking over the seats around City Council, working in administration, owning and working in our businesses and in our community.
City administration says other municipalities in Alberta have partnered with youth councils and have seen success. The city hopes this partnership will grow engagement, recreational and volunteer opportunities for Lloydminster youth.
Other communities that have already stepped up into this format. So, it's not a lot of money, but it's enough to give them some seed money to do some projects that we're looking forward to see what they come forward with.
The mayor, along with members of the Youth Council, are expected to sign the agreement next week. If you want to check out some classic cars for a good cause, this Sunday in Wainwright, a cruise-in night is being held to wrap up the summer. Our Jasmine King has more.
Throughout the summer, car shows have been a weekly occurrence in Wainwright, and each time they would donate to a local charity or organization. They're hoping the 2021 year-end event can be the biggest one yet.
There will be a silent auction, and all the proceeds will go to the Wainwright and District Health Foundation from that auction. So it'll be a good time. There's also some kids events, like we've got a little tricycle race set up.
This weekend, they will also be hosting a 50-50, music and live bands, and giving out prizes. They hope residents can make it out and support a good cause.
Just south of the Co-op grocery store in Wainwright and the Brick, where you enter the Brick's parking lot, there's a service road just north of Highway 14. And you can't miss us. There will be lots of cars and everything right along the highway. So we just ask that people enter from the Brick.
Registration is still open for those interested in entering their cars into the show on Sunday. Many local sponsors have helped them put on the weekly shows, and that will continue this weekend.
It's for anybody and everybody that wants to participate or come and see vehicles that are in the area or vehicles that have traveled from out of the area. I would like to thank all the businesses in the Wainwright area that have graciously donated to help this event turn into what it's been.
The event takes place from 1 to 7:30 p.m. Sunday.
The Lloydminster Interval Home Society has a fun event planned for wine lovers in the community. I spoke with them for more details on what's all involved.
I'm joined here today with Leanne Wildman with the Lloydminster Interval Home Society. Thank you so much for joining us today. Now, there's an event coming up soon in September for residents. What's all involved in this?
Yeah, it's called the Weinstein and Spirits event, and it's our first ever event like this, and we're really excited to bring it to fruition. September 24th at Rolling Green Fairways, and it's presented by our title sponsor, Bexon Construction.
And how did the Interval Home come up with this idea for residents?
We actually started preparing the event probably January of 2020 and had started bringing some ideas forward and putting it all together. And we started speaking with Rolling Greens about how this event would look. And then obviously events didn't happen last year. So we were really excited and been watching the opening after COVID and the ability to put on an event. So we've been pushing forward over the last month or so, trying to get this organized, and really excited with how it's all coming together.
Are there any sort of safety precautions and protocols that'll be in place just to keep everyone safe, especially through the pandemic?
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll be working closely, paying attention to all of those, the regulations, and recognizing that there's different things that people might not be as comfortable with. So the event will definitely have some of those protocols in place.
And what are the proceeds going towards from this?
The proceeds are going to support the overall programs and services of the Lloydminster Interval Home. So we're hoping that this will be an annual event and fundraiser for the society.
And where can residents buy tickets and find more info about this online?
Yeah, visiting our website, intervalhome.org, and there's a button right on the front page that you can click on, and that'll take you straight to where you can purchase tickets.
Could you expand a bit on what sponsors all will be involved with this event as well?
We're really fortunate. We have a few sponsors already stepped up, and we do have some more room for more sponsors. Bexon Construction, as I mentioned, is our title sponsor. Service Credit Union is sponsoring the charcuterie bar. And Lloyd Plumbing and Heating is doing our mystery wine pull, and Synergy Credit Union is sponsoring the event. So kind of how the event is set up is it begins at 7 p.m. on September 24th. At Rolling Greens, there'll be tasting. So each event guest is going to get some tasting tickets, and they can go around to the different vendors, enjoy tasting, and they can be then also learn about the products that they're tasting and what pairs well with them, from the charcuterie bar that all the guests are welcome to enjoy. And then that's from 7 till 9. And then after 9, there's going to be live music. Tom Hall will be joining us. And then we'll also have some music after that as well from Maz Entertainment. And so it's just going to be a really fun night. We're also going to have a silent auction where we're also we're canvassing for items for that as well.
And you were saying that the Interval Home plans to have this annually if everything goes well?
We really hope so. Yeah, this is our first time planning it, and it's been really fun and exciting, and we can't wait to see how it all comes together. And we're really hopeful that we can grow the event and make it an annual one.
And how do you expect support will be from residents for this event coming up?
Tickets went on sale late last week, and we've already sold quite a few. So they're selling fast. There's 250 available. So if you would like to be a part of this great event and see what it's all about, I encourage you to go intervalhome.org and purchase yours there.
And is there anything else you want to add for people to know about, Leanne?
Just really excited to be being able to have another event like this. And yeah, we're really fortunate to have wonderful sponsors and the support from the community, and yeah, looking forward to seeing some faces.
Perfect. Well, once again, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Shelby.
We'll have more primetime local news after the break.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery and Furniture House, downtown Lloydminster.
A Lloydminster artist has developed a course aimed at helping parents interact with their children in a creative way. Stacey Comer has more.
Brandy Hofer is with us today on Primetime Local News. Brandy is a local artist and is involved in so much in the community. Brandy, I want to talk today about the Getting Creative with Kids course. This is something else that you've added to your plate with everything else that you do. And there's a special discount code that people can add now to get a deal. But let's talk about what exactly is involved with this course.
Yeah, so I actually have been working on it almost 9 months. We had decided that we just wanted to offer a little bit more, because I was waking up every morning with like 23 Instagram messages like, how are you doing all this? Like, how do you make the time? Like, how are you juggling all this stuff? And so I would answer and I would recommend, and I'm like, I just would love to like just tell people all in one little cute package. So we worked really hard, and we made some beautiful content. So this course includes not only like a video course, but a workbook and a tiny artist tee, which you can see here. So you like your child gets to pick the color and size, which is really fun for them always. And it also includes a 60-minute mentorship session, because of course there's going to be extra questions and that kind of like that next level of care and consideration when we're interacting. So yeah, I'm
Is
really excited and really proud of what we came up with.
and is this targeted at any specific age, or is it really for anybody?
I would say it's like 8 and under, really, when you're kind of balancing and juggling all those things, like 10 and under ish. Especially if there's more siblings at home too, and just working on routine and key times to engage with your kids, and then when to like tackle your life. So it's not just you know um being creative with them and connecting on that level, but it's getting into a routine and setting up for successful any sort of activity. So it's really applicable to everyday life. And then it goes on to the importance of engaging with children in a creative way, because I can't express the importance of how applicable that is into setting them up into future careers that you know are relevant in our today's society. Like everywhere you look, your agenda, even, like that's a beautiful piece of art that an artist created digitally, and it's called art licensing, or photography, videography, like everything. And it's like another technological level that we never had. So if you engage with children on this level now, it just like expands and grows. And really, just at the end of the day, connecting in general and taking the time to learn your child's interests and spending time with them, but successfully in a fun way. So you're not like, no one's having a breakdown, or you're not doing it when they should be sleeping and stuff like that. Basically taking everything that I've been working on in my life and how I've come upon it being so successful, and how I've seen my children grow up and be so confident, and they're so full of joy in here. And so it's kind of like I stumbled on it, but really developed this beautiful life-changing thing, and I want to share that experience with others.
So how does it work, Brandy? Do they watch the video and follow along in the workbook, or are those two separate things? Or how does this course play out for anybody who's interested in purchasing it?
Okay, yes. So I'll get into that. So this week is a pre-order. So in order to get the 15% off with the Tiny Artist code, which you can see on the website, you don't have to remember it right now. You take that code and you can pre-order it, and then the content will be released to you next Tuesday. So then the course will be there. And in that little package bundle that is sent to you, you get the video course, which is broken down into 4 segments. And so it's not super long, it's not like overwhelming. You'll have time to fit in these little, it's nothing crazy, but it'll really inspire you and touch your heart. Every time I watch it, it surprises me and I cry because I'm like, yes, we do need to spend that time, and it's so important. And it's like a reminder for myself, because we did make it, and I kind of forget what I say because I say a lot of things. So there's the video, and then you have a workbook that is in that download bundle. So you get the workbook, you print it off, and it has sections to, fill in your own child's interests, and you fill in it's spots for, because you don't remember everything. You can't keep track of I know, like, you think you can, but you can't, like what this was like, the experience. And then it's like a keepsake, and you can look back in it, but it's also a great reminder to engage with your children on that beautiful level. And you also get the Tiny Artist t-shirt, and you get the 60-minute session, and that's really easy too, because you just book into a calendar whenever you're available, and it's like no pressure. And I'm really fun. So I've had really awesome feedback from the people I've been mentoring so far, and we have so much fun. And honestly, it's the greatest, one of the most rewarding things I've ever experienced. So yeah, I hope I can expand and keep going. It's really lovely.
Great. Well, thank you so much for talking to us today, Brandy. This sounds like a beautiful course for parents and for the kids. Will benefit obviously as well. So we really appreciate you speaking with us today, and good luck with everything. Everything that you do is just amazing, and we love chatting with you. So we're excited to see what's coming from you next.
That's all for news. Sports is next, but first is a look at your closing market.
Today's oil prices are brought to you by First General Services.
Welcome back. Earlier this morning, Rolling Green Fairways presented checks to the Lloydminster Region Health Foundation, the Lloydminster Rescue Squad, Residents in Recovery, and Fur Babies Forever Homes. The money comes from the proceeds of the Courses Farm and Ranch Golf Tournament hosted last month. Ed McKinney has more on how the support will impact these organizations.
Rolling Green Fairways hosted their 4th annual Farm and Ranch Golf Tournament on July 22nd. The course had to cancel last year's tournament, but this year, the response from the community made it worth the wait.
But once we started, it was almost immediate. People were signing up. Absolutely, yes, we're in. So obviously there was a need for it, and there was an excitement for it, and we ended up being able to sell it out.
The tournament had raised $58,000 heading into this year. The new total now sits at over $76,000 after raising $18,000 at this year's tournament.
This was a great honor to be one of the recipients for this golf tournament. Daxon, it's in memory of Daxon Hornick Smith, who passed away this spring, and his family has been such a huge supporter of us, all along the way since we opened our doors back in 2018.
We are able to provide the programming that we do and able to provide the resources that we do for our community through obviously the generous donation of our donors. So it means so much to us and the residents of our community.
We're strictly run on donations. We get no other support. So without Rolling Greens doing this for us, it's really tough.
The funds will help projects such as the Residents in Recovery Family Living and the Rescue Squad's new boat.
It's just a wonderful feeling that the community gives, and so you know what, the boat is I like to say is owned partially, by the community, because it's just all the funding has come from the community.
So we'll be looking at supporting mothers with their children, especially those that are at risk of apprehension by the system, and looking to keep families together, and this money will go to support those programs.
Walker added, over the past year, the community support is what has kept many afloat.
It's a really good feeling at the end of the day to know that we all work together to make this happen.
Evan Kenny, Primetime Local Sports.
A farm just outside of Lloydminster is appreciative of the community support they have received throughout the pandemic. Julian Code has a story.
Lower Shannon Farms is a family-run business northeast of Lloydminster, which prides itself on providing fresh and local produce to customers. The family started the Farm to Fork venture 10 years ago and opened the shop on their farm 6 years later.
We've always received overwhelming support from our community. Where we would meet our customers most pre-pandemic would be in markets.
When markets closed during the onset of the pandemic, Lower Shannon Farms took the opportunity to adjust how they sold their products.
We didn't actually have an online store pre-COVID because that's just something we always wanted to do but never had, not the opportunity. The opportunity was over there, but maybe the courage to take the leap to do so.
While the farm made changes, Acton says the community support remained constant, both from previous customers and new customers who used the pandemic as an opportunity to start seeking out local products.
We really did work to pivot and stretch our business in new ways that help serve our customers, who also made an extra effort to come and support us.
Acton says that connecting with more customers has been a long-time dream.
It's been great in the fact that we've actually been able to bring more people to our farm, which has always been a goal for us, because it means great when you get to drive in and you get to see, okay, this is where my food comes from.
Jillian Code, Primetime Local News.
Now let's have a look at your egg prices. Now it's time to take a quick look at your 7-day forecast. Here on Friday, starting off this weekend, we'll see a high of 21 on Friday, but we will see close to a 70% chance there of some thunder showers as we go into the weekend. Saturday, we'll see a high of 22 with some precipitation as well as we go on, but we will see a mix of some sun and cloud this weekend. Sunday will be a high of 24, so probably the warmest day there. And starting off next week, we'll see a high of 25, so we'll be starting off pretty warm for next week, but we will be cooling down as we go on through the week there, with a high of 19 on Tuesday with a mix of some sun and cloud. And Wednesday we'll see a high of 15 with a lot more cloudier day with some precipitation, and Thursday we'll see a high of 16 with a little bit more sun. Thanks again for joining us. Have a great night.